Have you ever stopped to think about that seemingly innocent snack, a piece of candy, a slice of pizza, or even the soda you grab every day? You might be surprised to learn that some of the foods we enjoy most are quietly harming one of the most important organs in our body: the liver. If you've been feeling sluggish, noticing unexplained weight gain, or simply have a growing concern about your health, this video could be the wake-up call you've been needing. In today's video, we're going to take a deep dive into the top foods that are silently wreaking havoc on your liver. Foods that many of us eat regularly without giving them a second thought. From the sweet allure of mass-produced candies and ice creams to the crunchy, salty snacks we mindlessly munch on during the day, each of these foods plays a role in the accumulation of fat in the liver, inflammation, and even serious chronic conditions like fatty liver disease and type 2 diabetes. These conditions often develop without any obvious symptoms until it's too late, so it's important to be proactive about what we consume. But don't worry, it's not all bad news. By the end of this video, you'll not only have a clearer understanding of how these foods are affecting your liver, but you'll also discover healthier alternatives that can help you safeguard your body against permanent damage. I'll be sharing practical, easy-to-implement tips to protect your liver and help you live a longer, healthier life, without forcing you to give up the foods you love completely. Stick with me as we uncover the everyday foods you should avoid and the simple, delicious swaps you can start making today to keep your liver and your overall health working at its absolute best. Trust me, you won't want to miss out on these valuable insights. And hey, if you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, I strongly encourage you to do so and make sure you hit that notification bell so you never miss any of my videos. Your support means a lot to me, and if you found this video helpful, please consider liking and sharing it with your friends and family. You're helping me spread important health messages, and together, we can make a real difference. If you like the topic of this video, go ahead and comment 1 below. If you don't, feel free to comment 0, and let me know how I can improve to create better videos that meet your needs. Now, let's get started. Number 1. Sodas. If there's one food group you should eliminate from your diet, it's sodas and artificial fruit juices. While these drinks may seem harmless at first glance, they're packed with sugar bombs and chemical additives that can silently destroy your liver. Overconsumption of these beverages is strongly linked to the development of fatty liver disease, insulin resistance, and severe liver inflammation. The real problem lies in their high concentrations of fructose and high fructose corn syrup, which the liver processes in a completely different way from glucose. Here's the deal. While glucose can be used as energy throughout the body, fructose is metabolized only in the liver. So, what happens when there's too much of this substance? It gets converted into fat. This excess fat overloads the liver, leading to a progressive accumulation of fat within the organ itself. The longer this continues, the higher the chances of developing serious liver conditions such as fibrosis, cirrhosis, and other chronic diseases. Let's talk about soda for a moment. The sugar content is off the charts. One can of soda can contain as much as 10 tablespoons of sugar. This is far more sugar than your body can process efficiently. This excess sugar leads to spikes in your blood sugar levels, forcing your liver to work overtime in an attempt to metabolize it. Over time, this can trigger insulin resistance, a condition where your body no longer responds to insulin properly. This not only makes it harder for your liver to burn fat, but also creates a vicious cycle, making it increasingly difficult for your liver to function at its best. And this is where things start to get problematic. But the damage doesn't stop at regular sodas. Many diet sodas and sugar-free drinks contain artificial sweeteners. Although these sweeteners may not cause a rise in blood sugar, they have been shown to disrupt the gut microbiota, your gut's ecosystem, and impair your body's metabolic functions. Research suggests that these sweeteners can negatively impact your liver, contributing to chronic inflammation and further hindering its ability to regenerate and repair itself. So, what can you do to protect your liver? The answer is simple. Swap out sodas for healthier alternatives. Try drinking water, sparkling water with a splash of lemon, or herbal teas. Your liver will thank you in the long run. Number 2. Industrialized ice cream. Who doesn't love a refreshing scoop of ice cream on a hot summer day, right? It's a classic treat that many of us enjoy. But what a lot of people don't realize is that this seemingly innocent indulgence can be one of the worst offenders when it comes to your liver health. Industrialized ice creams are packed with refined sugars, corn syrup, and trans fats, an explosive combination that's a recipe for liver fat buildup and inflammation. Let's start with the sugar. Ice cream may taste creamy and sweet, but it's loaded with refined sugars. To achieve that smooth, indulgent texture and mouth-watering flavor, ice cream manufacturers pour in huge amounts of refined sugar and artificial sweeteners. This excess sugar doesn't just give you that sugar rush, it leads to fat production in the liver. Over time, this contributes to fatty liver disease and increases inflammation, which can significantly impair liver function. But it doesn't stop there. Many industrialized ice creams contain corn syrup, a particularly harmful ingredient. Corn syrup is packed with fructose, a type of sugar that's processed in a unique way by the liver. While glucose is used by the body for energy, fructose is metabolized exclusively by the liver. And when we consume too much fructose, the liver quickly turns it into fat, promoting fat accumulation in the organ and interfering with its metabolic functions. This constant overload can damage the liver and make it more difficult for the organ to perform its essential detoxifying and metabolic roles. Another major concern with industrial ice creams is the presence of trans fats. These fats are used to help stabilize the product and improve its consistency, but they're extremely harmful to liver health. Research has shown that frequent consumption of trans fats is linked to increased liver inflammation and insulin resistance. This not only worsens liver fat accumulation but also increases the risk of developing metabolic diseases like type 2 diabetes and heart disease. If you're a fan of ice cream and want to enjoy it without damaging your liver, the best option is to switch to homemade, healthier versions. You can make your ice cream using frozen fruits, natural yogurt, and healthy sweeteners like honey or erythritol. These alternatives are much safer for your liver, and they can still satisfy your sweet tooth. Of course, even with healthier versions, it's important to consume desserts in moderation. Enjoying them in small amounts will help you avoid blood sugar spikes and prevent overloading your body with excess sugars and fats. Number 3. Fatty meats. Meats like ribs, picanha, and pork chops are undeniably delicious and hold a special place in the culinary traditions of many cultures. They are often seen as staples for barbecues, family gatherings, and special occasions. But what most people don't realize is that excessive consumption of these fatty cuts of meat can be a serious issue for your liver health. These meats are packed with saturated fats, which can lead to fat accumulation in the liver and trigger inflammatory processes, accelerating the development of fatty liver disease. The liver's primary job is to metabolize the fats we consume. However, when we take in too many saturated fats, the liver has to work overtime to break them down. If the fat isn't used for energy, it starts to build up in the liver. This accumulation can interfere with the liver's crucial functions, like filtering toxins and producing vital substances for the body. When the liver becomes overwhelmed with fat, it struggles to perform these tasks properly, leading to a range of health issues. If you are still watching this video and find these lessons useful, please comment 1 below to let me know that you are still here with me. But the problem doesn't end with just fat accumulation. Fatty meats can also negatively affect your insulin response. Consuming these foods regularly can cause fluctuations in blood glucose levels and impair the body's ability to respond to insulin. This leads to insulin resistance, a condition that's linked to liver fat buildup and chronic inflammation. Over time, insulin resistance can increase your risk of developing serious conditions such as type 2 diabetes and other metabolic diseases. The way we cook these fatty meats can also worsen the situation. Cooking methods like frying and grilling, especially at high temperatures, can create harmful compounds such as heterocyclic amines, HCAs, and polycyclic aromatic hydrocarbons, PAHs. These toxic substances can cause oxidative stress in the body, leading to inflammation and disrupting the liver's ability to regenerate. This only adds to the strain on your liver and accelerates the development of liver damage. If you don't want to give up meat entirely, the best approach is to choose leaner cuts like steak, sirloin, or chicken breast. These options contain less saturated fat and are much easier for the liver to process. You can still enjoy a hearty meal while taking steps to protect your liver and your overall health. Number 4. Industrialized pizza. Pizza might be one of the most universally loved foods, whether it's for a family dinner, a quick meal, or a late-night snack. However, while the idea of pizza is enticing, its industrialized version holds hidden dangers for your liver. Packed with refined flours, ultra-processed cheeses, and trans fats, industrial pizza becomes a true calorie and inflammation bomb for your body. Consuming pizza regularly can significantly accelerate liver fat accumulation and worsen insulin resistance, increasing your risk of developing fatty liver disease and other related conditions. One of the primary culprits is the pizza dough itself. Most industrial pizzas are made with white flour, which is highly refined. Just like white bread and white rice, white flour has a high glycemic index, meaning it rapidly turns into glucose once it enters your bloodstream. This quick spike in sugar forces your liver to work overtime to process it. And when this happens over and over again, the liver begins to accumulate fat, impairing its vital functions. But the issues with pizza don't stop with the dough. The ultra-processed cheeses used in most pizzas are loaded with saturated fats and sodium. The high fat content of these cheeses increases liver inflammation and encourages fat buildup around the organ. In addition, the excessive sodium found in the cheese can cause fluid retention, raise blood pressure, and put more strain on your liver, further impairing its ability to filter toxins effectively. Another big concern with industrial pizza is the use of low-quality oils and trans fats in its preparation. These fats are often found in both the dough and the toppings, and they can be extremely harmful to your liver. They raise levels of bad cholesterol, LDL, and directly contribute to inflammation in the liver, disrupting its ability to regenerate and increasing the risk of developing liver fibrosis. This also makes the liver less effective at metabolizing fats and processing nutrients, which can result in long-term liver damage. If you love pizza but don't want to harm your liver, the best option is to make your own at home using healthier ingredients. You can create a whole grain crust, use fresh, minimally processed cheeses, and top it off with plenty of veggies. This way, you can still enjoy a delicious meal without risking the health of your liver. Number 5. Processed meats. Sausages, ham, mortadella, and bacon. These are undeniably tasty and incredibly convenient for quick meals and snacks. However, when it comes to protecting your liver, these processed meats are some of the worst offenders. Processed meats are loaded with saturated fats, sodium, and chemical preservatives, all of which interfere with the liver's ability to function properly. Regular consumption of these meats is directly linked to fat buildup in the liver and the development of fatty liver disease. The biggest issue with processed meats is their high sodium content. To prolong their shelf life and enhance their flavor, manufacturers pack these products with salt and chemical additives. This excess sodium can disrupt your body's fluid balance, leading to fluid retention and increasing your blood pressure. Over time, this overload can overwhelm the liver, making it work harder than it should. Not only that, but processed meats also contain nitrates and nitrites, preservatives that, once metabolized in the body, turn into toxic substances that can wreak havoc on the liver. These substances are strongly linked to chronic inflammation and can increase your risk of severe liver diseases such as cirrhosis and, in some cases, liver cancer. In addition to sodium, processed meats are also high in saturated fats. Unlike healthy fats, which can provide essential nutrients when consumed in moderation, the saturated fats found in processed meats tend to accumulate in the liver. As this fat builds up, it hampers the liver's ability to detoxify the body and perform its essential functions. The more fat that accumulates, the higher the risk of inflammation, liver dysfunction, and further complications down the road. To protect your liver and overall health, It's best to avoid processed meats as much as possible. Instead, opt for healthier protein sources like chicken, fish, or lean cuts of red meat. If you're a fan of cold cuts, look for natural, minimally processed options without artificial preservatives. Also, make sure your diet includes plenty of vegetables, fruits, and whole grains, as these foods are rich in nutrients that help keep the liver functioning at its best. Number 6. White rice. You might not think twice about white rice. It's a staple food that's served alongside meals across the world, often seen as a harmless accompaniment to our main dishes. But here's the truth. White rice, despite being one of the most consumed foods globally, can be one of the biggest enemies to your liver health. While it may seem like a benign choice, it's a refined carbohydrate that can lead to rapid spikes in blood glucose levels, contributing directly to fat buildup in the liver. When you eat white rice, its starch is quickly converted into glucose. This causes a sharp rise in your blood sugar levels, prompting a large release of insulin to bring those levels back into balance. Over time, this constant cycle of blood sugar spikes and insulin surges can lead to insulin resistance, which is a key factor in the development of fatty liver disease. Insulin resistance makes it harder for the liver to burn fat, and as a result, fat accumulates in the liver, often without noticeable symptoms in the short term. But the long-term impact can be damaging to your liver function. Another issue with white rice is its lack of fiber. Unlike brown rice, which retains its natural fiber content, white rice undergoes a refining process that strips away many of its nutrients, leaving behind a simple carbohydrate that's quickly absorbed by the body. Without fiber to slow down carbohydrate absorption, white rice doesn't provide the same sense of fullness, leading to overeating and an excess calorie intake. This can contribute to weight gain, one of the major risk factors for liver problems. Furthermore, diets high in refined carbohydrates like white rice have been shown to increase the production of inflammatory substances in the body. This not only accelerates the development of fatty liver disease but can also lead to other liver complications. The solution is simple. Replace white rice with healthier alternatives. Brown rice is a great option because it's rich in fiber, vitamins, and minerals that help stabilize blood sugar levels and protect the liver from inflammation. Other alternatives like quinoa and black rice are also excellent choices for those looking to maintain liver health while still enjoying a delicious and satisfying meal. Number 7. Industrialized donuts and cakes. If there's one food combination that spells trouble for your liver, it's sugar and fat. And when these two ingredients come together in the form of industrialized donuts and cakes, they create the perfect storm for liver damage. These treats are calorie bombs loaded with trans fats, refined sugar, and white flour, ingredients that contribute directly to fat buildup in the liver and liver inflammation. The problem with these foods isn't just that they taste amazing and are incredibly addictive, it's that they're everywhere, tempting us daily. Whether it's a donut at the office, a slice of cake at a party, or a pre-packaged treat on the go, it's hard to resist. However, the trans fats used in these industrialized goodies are one of the most harmful substances for your liver. These artificial fats help the products stay crispy and shelf-stable, but they have a devastating effect on your body. Trans fats raise your bad cholesterol, LDL, lower your good cholesterol, HDL, and encourage fat accumulation in the liver. If consumed regularly, they can lead to chronic inflammation and irreversible damage to liver cells, significantly impairing liver function over time. The sugar content in cakes and donuts also compounds the problem. Just as we discussed earlier, excess sugar is converted into fat by the liver, intensifying the condition of fatty liver. When you consume sugary treats like these, your liver becomes overloaded, and it starts storing more fat, further aggravating liver inflammation. On top of sugar and trans fats, these products often contain a range of chemical additives, colorants, and stabilizers, substances that only increase the strain on your liver. These additives must be processed by the liver, which can overwhelm the organ and reduce its natural ability to detoxify the body. Over time, this excess workload can harm the liver's regenerative capacity, leading to long-term damage. So, what's the solution? While it's important to cut back on industrial donuts and cakes, that doesn't mean you have to give up cake entirely. The key is to make healthier versions at home. Use whole grain flours, natural oils, and sweeteners like honey or coconut sugar instead of refined sugar. This way, you can still satisfy your sweet tooth without the same level of liver harm. Remember, moderation is key, and healthier alternatives can help you enjoy your favorite treats without compromising your liver health. Number 8. Packaged snacks. If you are still watching this video and find these lessons useful, please comment 2 below to let me know that you are still here with me. Packaged snacks like chips, pretzels, and corn snacks are undeniably irresistible. Crunchy, flavorful, and oh so convenient, they make for the perfect snack during a busy day or a movie night. But behind that momentary pleasure lies a huge problem for your liver health. These processed foods are loaded with trans fats, refined oils, excess sodium, and an endless list of chemical additives, all of which can overwhelm your liver. Frequent consumption of these snacks can lead to silent liver inflammation and fat accumulation, significantly increasing your risk of developing fatty liver disease. One of the most dangerous components of packaged snacks is the trans fats. Unlike natural, healthy fats that the liver can metabolize efficiently, trans fats are processed irregularly by the liver. This irregular processing promotes fat deposits within the liver, contributing to obesity and worsening insulin resistance. Insulin resistance not only makes it harder for the liver to burn fat, but it also hampers the organ's ability to filter out toxins effectively. Over time, prolonged consumption of trans fats can trigger serious liver problems, including liver fibrosis, which can impair liver function for good. In addition to trans fats, the excessive sodium content in packaged snacks is another major concern. To keep the snacks crispy and delicious, manufacturers load them up with salt and flavor enhancers like monosodium glutamate, MSG. While it may enhance the flavor, the excess sodium can lead to fluid retention, which puts unnecessary strain on the liver. This overload of sodium makes it more difficult for the liver to function properly, further hindering its natural detoxification processes. What makes these snacks even more dangerous are the chemical additives, artificial colorants, preservatives, and stabilizers used to prolong shelf life. While these additives prevent the snacks from spoiling, they also force the liver to work overtime to eliminate them from the body. The problem arises when excessive consumption causes the liver to lose its ability to process these toxins effectively. Over time, this reduces the liver's ability to regenerate and detoxify the body, leaving you vulnerable to chronic inflammation and liver disease. To protect your liver and overall health, it's crucial to drastically reduce your intake of packaged snacks. Instead, opt for whole, unprocessed snacks like fresh fruits, veggies, or nuts. These are much better for your liver and will help you feel full and satisfied without the negative consequences of processed foods. Number 9. Industrialized sweets and candies. You might think that indulging in a piece of chocolate or enjoying a candy from time to time won't do much harm. But the truth is, industrialized sweets and candies are among the biggest contributors to the rise in fatty liver disease. These sugary treats are often packed with refined sugars, corn syrup, and fructose, substances that your liver has to process rapidly, and when consumed in excess, they can lead to serious liver damage. The problem with sugary sweets is simple. When you consume sugar in large quantities, your liver has no choice but to convert that sugar into fat. This fat accumulates in the liver, leading to fatty liver disease and increasing inflammation in the organ. Corn syrup, which is commonly used in the candy and beverage industries, is one of the most harmful ingredients for your liver. This sweetener, found in countless processed snacks and drinks, has been linked to the development of insulin resistance, a condition where the body becomes less responsive to insulin and struggles to manage blood sugar. More dangerously, it also contributes to the accumulation of liver fat. Unlike glucose, which the body can use as energy, fructose is processed exclusively by the liver and is quickly converted into fat. Over time, this excess fat leads to liver dysfunction and inflammation. But the dangers don't end there. Many industrialized candies and sweets also contain high levels of artificial colorants and preservatives, which further strain your liver. These synthetic additives require extra effort from the liver to break them down and eliminate them from the body. As the liver is overloaded with these chemicals, it becomes less efficient at performing its detoxification role, leading to a weakened immune system and increased inflammation. If you're someone who enjoys sweets, it's important to cut back on industrialized candies and opt for healthier alternatives. Dark chocolate with a high cocoa content, naturally sweetened treats, or homemade candies with whole ingredients are great alternatives that are much less taxing on your liver. Moderation is key, and healthier options allow you to satisfy your cravings without putting your liver's health at risk. Wow, we've covered a lot of ground today. From the harmful effects of sodas and sugary treats to the dangers of fatty meats and packaged snacks, it's clear that many of the foods we enjoy daily can have a serious impact on our liver health. But the good news is, we now know which foods to avoid and what healthier alternatives we can start incorporating into our diets. So, what have you learned so far? I'd love to hear from you. In the comments below, share one key thing you've learned today and how you plan to apply it to your daily life. Your feedback is so important, and I'd love to hear what changes you'll be making to protect your liver and improve your overall health. If you like this video, please leave your comment below, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel for more valuable health tips and insights. Your support means a lot to me, and together, we can create a community of healthier, happier lives. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.